This is how we do pleasure magic. That night we could be brother and sister hiding inside a cupboard or closet or in the way back of the wagon without trying too hard. I could climb in your shadow and your face a light unto itself. Round-eyed cheek, mouth, dagger smile. Why I liked you that first night I slid into your charm. Why I liked you that first night I slid into you. And the you that you were that night then, that you were a sinister density in the room full of stupid. And drank an old-fashioned and played cool and watched and twisted and watched and twisted and watched and smoked cigarettes and watched and became magnetic, an intelligent blackness. You put your number in my phone, next day I look up your name, I hate it right away. Your density fractures, you follow me on Instagram, I follow you back. Your mystery dissolves in the version of the version of the version. I want to melt the virtual version of you in the heat between my thighs. I want to take your pages and tuck them in my clit hood and smush your profile picture between my tits and corral all your followers and macerate them with my teeth and strain them through my bush and leave the virtual version of you stranded on the island of my asshole and fart and make you disappear into the moist corner of my eye and blink, blink, you're gone. Even further gone, I take you into the realm of pleasure magic, where sensing makes up the world. And all the likes you get and all the cute comments all dissolving slowly in the darkness of my cunt while I squeeze the last tiny thumbs up sign into the mouth of my cervix and I take the virtual illuminated you where no one will ever see it again and you can just get nice and quiet and rest for a change. And all the manic anxiety of our time will just evaporate, and you won't care who liked you or how quickly or what they said. All the pretend potentialities will burn out, and in their place, millions of seeds burst from your brain, freed for the first time in years to imagine, and laugh and make up things and drift and spin and follow trajectories of thought and pleasure and sense, liberated to make up the world. Let's be close in this world of distance, of dematerialization and democratic ideals. Let's get entangled in the age of the individual. Where I go, I make you laugh in the cupboard, breathe the same air close to your face, let you climb up in my sweatshirt, let the fucking wind blow all around us, let people try to find us for days, disappear, and then you can tell me the story. The real reason you try so fucking hard. You don't have to clap in between. Is that, I like my stomping, is that? Okay, I'll try to hold still. It gets dark against the body of the hill queen first. I watch her go down on the sky. She's such a quiet one, and if he explodes against her, cum will be like dew on the oat straw that shivers up there. She won't get up and wipe it off. She will lie still, let it soak in. She will just breathe in the scent of him and let it soak in. They have such a quiet place. They have it and they ignore the rest. They made fog slide over their bodies. They took time to catch each other's eye. It was sweet to watch these two. I didn't feel jealous. I just knew I didn't have that kind of time. We just don't have that time. Time for pleasure. I'm sad in my house watching the sky get closer and closer to the curves of the hill, but it's about something else. It's about the loss of lovers. It's like we're a dying species. We're the last of our kind. The last irrational romantics, the last. When are we gonna go? We're gonna go and there will be no more like us. And the only lovers there will be other sorts of creatures, trees, beetles, clouds. No more humans will know the transcendence of pleasure. It will all have become hygiene, perfunctory, and much like exercise, something we know we need, but we don't like that much. And it will be over, the age of the lovers, and sexual liberation will have liberated sex from itself, and there will just be gestures, there will just be acts, and there will just be the most profound sadness, but no one will know why. It's coming, and it's sad, and I don't know if I want to be in that world. It's too sad.
Yes.
Best and most of all, a prayer for each and every one of us tiptoeing out the back door with some singles we snagged from months first, some half-spent parliaments from Auntie Hoosie Whatsy's ashtray. Just daring. You're trying on the moon. Sunburn, 12, aching to be fucked. You're not really sure what that means, but you feel it in your crotch. Your fingers smell like spring grass and spilt milk when you come. You're pretty sure you're going to burn in hell for all of it, but you do not care, because you cannot care. That is how strong it is, want itself. So crazy. Witch songs and princess beds, all the kinds of women you can be. Cackle breath, pin-up girl, come here to witness tragedy of missteps, how your best dress ruined, party smile broken. It wasn't long before the green tongue opened this blue split lip and curled itself into all possible configurations. There beside the one chance, fat and flaccid, a perversion of her duties, exceptional finger duties, the blank exhaustion of lack, intimates of the good girls and the runners and the shoulder-length hair swept into ponytails, wiggling and wriggling but suggesting absence in a plastic sex. The stark, clean hello of their bodies climbing the street hill in the sun. This made the witch sigh and moan, to drink something poisonous and fight against something as big as the sun, something as bright as the sun. The only real difference is there is a switch and a plug, and the one thing the witch knows is that this bright overwhelming can get shut off, because it is not the sun, it is not inevitable. The bright white skin of the good girls is a manufactured brilliance, and all its meaning can drain out in one horror, in one violent death night, rape and kidnap, and disappear and be reborn on American television, so as to become momentarily deified in the kaleidoscopic cleansing fear, the martyrs to the kingdom. What does one finger in the dirt tell you, girl? One dirty finger smells like death. One fingernail turned black moon to remind you of going down, dropping down. There, you think only of the mugshot. Gobbled up there in the dark and brown and wilderness of sex, and its gravity will pull you into its devouring, and you will disappear into the martyrdom of white womanhood, and the calculations of the judiciary machine will cough out a picture of you in a strapless dress and an updo. Behold, you have made it into the kaleidoscope. You serve a purpose, the one you were born for. Perpetuate fear, beauty, the devouring nothing hungers most. Next step. The witch planted the flowers, girl, did you know? That pretty bunch you hold in your hand contains poison, a vomiting death, raving lunacy, addiction, hallucination, abortions, ecstasy, memory, deliverance, strength, elasticity, rebirth. And you don't even know the names. The flowers you hold in your hand, the flowers your lover brings to place in your plastic sex, are the children of the witches, all the thousands of years of women who chose to dug their fingers under the skin, bright into the black dirt and smell death, and whose body lie in piles at the feet of all your fathers and thousands of another 1,000 years of fathers. And all the flowers you were named and known, who were found in the forest and were gathered up in the garden, whose names was made to tell a story, to pass a story of purpose and invention, of curiosity and defiance, these are the flowers of the witches, worldwide witches. I'm always an old woman, a witch, a firebrand and a cat, a tongue and silence we can eat with seeds in a pot and tea in a basket, and every name belongs to the family I was born from. And this crisis, which we find and create in time and disease, finds itself explained at the edge of motion. To stave off inertia and the belly of yours full of spitum, jism, and crank nest revision of the wind, how do you like me now? It's hard to see how the fish felt. It's hard to know the flower's intentions, and the wind is more than indifferent. The wind is malicious. For dinner, you bring me big branches creaking in the idle, impenetrable yellow color of California. You make me bite down on leather, and the electric snake of your cock becomes a tangle of stars. In the light of too many pale flowers that fall off the roof, I squirm while I wait for dinner. For dinner, you bring me big branches creaking in the idle, impenetrable yellow color of California, and an old woman who beats them, and a stick wound in the shape of clothing, sweat pouring out of her, she beats at our bodies. This is the flower head, she says. Believe in it. All the fucking you can do with this. Beat it all out of you, and when you become soft and empty in the nothing night of always space, something like the crucifixion awaits you with the forever fish of the lamb, the fixity of the cock and the bright sun which need penetrate you to be reborn as the Godhead. This old woman says, spreads my thighs and inspects my body, my cunt which never lies. Unlike my face and my eyes and my tongue, which is habitual, my cunt never lies, she says. And she looks with sorrow in the black heart of mine, winking, blinking in the light she holds up to inspect. She sees the ghost which clings. Why don't you send this one away, she says. She beats at it with her clover stick, the shrieks are my own. She beats at my cunt till I come and forget that ghost. That smiling ghost of my murderous reign, we must all beat at our cunts until we forget. The bleeding rag pile now we place in the fire will cut off all our hair electric, and the long legs of wildcats, which will reach you in an instant in order to tear your insides out with ease.